Welcome to Burn On, Not Out, the podcast for high achievers who check the boxes, hit the goals, built the life, but know there has to be another way. I'm Brooke Dukes, your no BS business bestie, and I'm here to cut through the fluff with real stories, sharp insights, and the kind of truth that opens your eyes to a new way of creating success with ease and flow. No hacks, no hustle worship, no pretending constant activity is momentum. Just the raw, practical, and powerful shifts that happen when you stop leading from fear and start leading without the armor, with clarity and authenticity. Let's get into it. If you've ever said, I just want more peace, I want more freedom, I want more ease, and then immediately filled your calendar, created more work, or decided now wasn't the time to slow down, then this episode is for you. Because here's what most people won't admit. It's not that you don't want ease. It's that you don't feel safe when things are easy. And without realizing it, you start to disrupt the very thing you say you're craving. Not because you're self-sabotaging. Okay, well, maybe a little bit of self-sabotage, but because ease challenges how you have learned to lead. Most high-performing leaders were never taught to trust ease, right? We were taught that effort equals value. That old adage, no pain, no gain, right? Just outwork them, especially if you're a woman listening to this. We were told in no uncertain terms, you just have to outwork them. Then you'll get recognized. Then you'll get the promotion. We were taught that struggle earns credibility. Oh, let me tell you how hard this was. And I overcame it. I triumphed over all of this struggle. That if it's easy, it must be temporary or undeserved. There are so many times, for those of you that are into human design, if you are a line 2 in your profile, you are the gifted child. You were born with so many natural gifts. And those are the leaders that I find struggle the hardest with leadership because they downplay their natural gifts because it just came to me. That must have less value. I probably have to go over here and learn this. It happens all the time, right? Because we learned how to succeed by applying the pressure. So that when something flows, right, when your system doesn't relax, it scans for the catch. It's because we're thinking, this just came too easy. There must be something wrong here. Well, what's going on? What's wrong? Instead of just being like, wow, that must be in total alignment with what I'm supposed to do, where I'm supposed to go, how this business is supposed to run, all the things. So you might recognize this. A win comes easily and you immediately brace for impact. Oh, fuck, when's the next shoe gonna drop, right? Momentum builds and you add more to make it real. Okay, so if it's building here, then if we do a little bit more, it'll go even faster, right? If a little's good, a lot's gotta be better. A space opens and you fill it, just in case. All right, got a little bit of time there. Let's just fill that up because it makes us feel comfortable because it's what we were taught. Because ease doesn't feel like a rival. It feels unfamiliar, and unfamiliar doesn't feel safe, even when it's exactly what we asked for. Here's a personal reflection for me. There have been moments in my own business where things clicked quickly, where clarity arrived without the force, where momentum happened, a client showed up, 10 members just joined, 20 members were like, whoa. And instead of trusting that, I questioned it. I complicated it. I assumed that it couldn't last. So let me give you a specific on this. We were just starting our community, our Success by Design Club. And we had members, they joined right away. And immediately I thought, that was kind of easy. I wonder if maybe they're not the right type of members. Maybe what's off? What do we do? I started changing things. I had our team tweak the messaging just a bit. Maybe if we get a little bit more, maybe more will happen. I was unconscious. I didn't even know I was doing it. And just adding that little more, all of a sudden, started to slow down. Like, what's going on? Well, I didn't trust that something could come so easily because I didn't work hard at it. We didn't do a lot of marketing for it. We didn't take a lot of time. I knew what I wanted. I put it out there and it happened. And I thought, fuck, there's got to be a catch here. I must have to tweak it. That's not humility. That is conditioning. That is my nervous system saying, my old patterns from childhood that said, if something comes easily, it must not be right. Because I used to think that ease meant I wasn't trying hard enough. That if something didn't cost me, right, it didn't count. That if I wasn't burning myself out, that if I wasn't crazy with anxiety and stressed out, then it must not be enough. But here's what I know now: ease isn't about the absence of effort, it's about the absence of resistance. It is about alignment. Ease is exactly what we want to feel. We want to stop chasing. We want to start attracting. That's ease. When we're naturally attracting, those members just naturally came to us. Because when I honor my own timing, my clarity sharpens. I see, I know it. I feel what's right. I know exactly where we need to go. But when I rush and I push or I decide from pressure or from fear, poof, that clarity disappears. I felt so amazing when we first launched our club. It felt so aligned. I'm like, this is it. I saw the vision. I saw how many people we were going to attract and help and make such a giant impact. And the moment it happened, I thought, oh shit, something must be wrong. That was too easy. It's never been that easy before. Well, guess what? I was doing all of the work to shift my identity from a leader that was all about making it happen, right? I would push, and yeah, I had a lot of success, but at a huge cost. And I 100% know now that I would have had more success had I done it this way. But I didn't trust that identity shift. I didn't trust that the ease and flow and the pauses that I was taking and all of the meditation and the journaling and walking and just being, feeling into my body, knowing my authority, knowing what my decision making strategy is. I didn't trust that. I went right back to my old identity and I shifted everything and we started driving again. Luckily enough, I had done enough work. I'd sat in that new identity long enough. I'd given my brain enough evidence to know that this is what's happening. So I was able to pivot back quickly without hurting the business, without putting my team through all of the hurdles I normally would. And we were able to move back. And it was a great lesson for me. It gave me so much clarity because I'm designed to move powerfully, but not prematurely. When I'm grounded and clear, things don't feel heavy. I don't feel anxious. I don't feel stressed. They lock in. When I'm not, when I'm in that masculine frequency of go, 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 push, 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 force, that same power turns into force. I overwork, I control, I bulldoze what doesn't need to be moved. That's how I know I'm out of alignment. Not because things are hard, but because I'm working against myself. And I was quickly able to recognize that. That's why I want to talk to you about that today. I really want to show you, to tell you We're all experiencing it. I'm not perfect. No one is. I still slip back. I want to take you through my journey of all the messy bits who lived a life of force and push and stress and not trusting ease and outworking everyone to a leader who now knows what brings her joy. I follow my bliss. I follow what lights me up. I do the things that make me happy. And success is coming to me. People and circumstances are attracting to me instead of me chasing, because I've always been the one to chase hard. And if you're always chasing hard, you'll keep bypassing what's already working. You will keep bypassing and overriding your own genius inside you, that intuition, that piece of you that has all the answers. Because guess what? I don't have the answers for you, but I do know that if you slow down long enough and listen to yourself, you've got those answers. And that's what I want to teach you. Because this is what resistance to ease actually looks like at high levels. You create problems that don't exist. You move quickly to avoid that stillness because fuck, when we're just in it, yeah, it's uncomfortable. That stillness, we have to sit in those emotions and that uncomfortable feeling. All of those doubts come in. It's okay. It means it's working. Let it pass. Because you know that if we do not identify, worry about, judge, or get on that hamster wheel with our emotions, they'll pass in 90 seconds. Even the worst emotion will pass in 90 seconds. We are not our emotions. Let it go. When we're in it, we disqualify what's working because it feels too easy. Ease exposes something uncomfortable. You're not needed in the same way you used to be, and that's okay. You don't need to wear that badge of honor that I'm so busy and I'm so stressed, so I must be valuable and important. You are valuable and important no matter what you do. When I changed that perspective, that the way that I used to drive and for my emotions had all the control. My conditioning had all the control. I had no control. I was in constant reactivity. What I do now is proactively lean into my own genius. I proactively take the pause to hear what my body is saying and what is in alignment with my vision, what I need to do to move towards that vision. If you are in constant stress and drive and go and you're not enjoying, guess what you are attracting in? Exactly that. You're attracting in people that are like that. You're attracting in circumstances that are like that. If you are a person that looks at it and says, wow, one fucking fire after another keeps showing up, it's you. You're in this cycle. So I'm going to give you a few journal prompts. Where am I making things harder than they need to be just to feel in control, just to feel valued, just to feel important? Be honest with yourself. What do I believe ease says about my worth as a leader? If it's easy, are you worth less? No. You are leading by example. You don't need, your team does not need to be burning themselves out. So where has ease already worked? And don't dismiss it. Go back, journal. If you're a journaler, think about it, whatever, meditate on it. I know in your life you have examples of where things were easy. I want you to feel into that. How did it feel? What happened? Right? What happened if you just let in? Maybe you didn't let it go. Maybe like me, if you're like me before, you sabotage it, you got in action, shit, that's too easy. I better do some more things. But what would have happened if you didn't? Look back at that because I know what I can answer. Those times when I forced and pushed and didn't pause, I just gave myself more fires. I just made myself more stressed out. We didn't hit the numbers faster. I can tell you that now because I'm living it. I am living in the ease and flow and attraction. And I am attracting in people that share my vision. I'm attracting in people that want to support my vision. You don't have to prove anything to be powerful. You don't have to struggle to be respected. And you don't have to keep leading in ways that drain you. In Success by Design, we work with leaders who are ready to stop forcing outcomes and to start trusting what's already available to them. It's for those who are done with surface level conversations and they're ready to be in rooms where powerful leaders rise together through real dialogue that expands impact and unlocks real-time freedom. I hope to see you there. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in to Burn On Not Out. If this resonated, check the show notes for tools and resources to help you slow down, trust yourself, and keep leading without the constant pressure and stress that wears you down. Remember, real success doesn't come from pushing harder. It comes from slowing down long enough to see clearly and leading from clarity and peace instead of control and fear. I'll see you next week.